Your daughter has a credit and sings on First Time. How did she get involved? I understand she sort of did it on her own, no?
She did. I was working on that song, and she snuck in the studio with my engineer and put it up and put her vocal on it. Said, I did an overdub on your thing. And I was kind of in shock. What do you mean you're working on my solo record without me in there? How dare you? You know? And then I just laughed, and I heard her part, and it melted my heart. So I just loved it. It was kind of a present to me, a gift to me about a song that I wrote about myself and her, mainly about her.
What was the most challenging aspect of making this record from a creative standpoint? I mean, was there a particular song that stumped you for a little bit, or did it all just kind of fall into place?
It was all kind of fell into place. It was all challenging because the challenge is when us professional musicians are working, a lot of times we work without being in a room full of musicians. A lot of time it's overdubbing singly. And the best musicians, the key to doing really good music is to make it sound like you're all in the room together. And that's the key. That's why I hire or ask favors of all my friends that bring this to the table. So I think that was the most challenging thing, is in making sure that everything felt connected and live and played spontaneously, you know? And I think it pretty much achieved that.
For those who want to get a real taste of the record, what song or songs would you point them to specifically?
I'd say Will I Belong to You, Queen Charade, and Lucy are probably my top three.
Well, I know we're going to feature Will Belong to You later in the show. Can you tell us a little bit about that song and what it means to you?
Yeah, that song kind of takes me back to my days of listening to when I was used to listen to Simon and Garfunkel a lot, and a lot of Paul McCartney solo record stuff. And I like this kind of serendipitous kind of folk guitar kind of thing in the verses that I came up with, and some lyrics, but still it was a conflicted relationship where he gets, in his own mind, he's got the girl, but she doesn't understand. She's not aware of it. So it's a little bit of a paradox. And Joseph had the chorus written. So I said, immediately, as soon as I heard that chorus, I said, I need to write the rest of the song here. So I wrote the verses, and then him and I connected the verses with instrumental fabric. It just turned out, I thought it turned out very special.
No, it's a great album overall. And I know Toto will be touring in early 2023 and getting kind of close to us here on the Gulf Coast when in Louisiana in February. Are you or Toto playing any gigs before then?
Not really, not that I know of, but Toto's going to be filling in dates around the Journey date. So there may be some closer things than are on the calendar right now for Toto, just solo Toto act.
Because a lot of times when you guys tour, you have kind of an initial skeleton to this tour, and then as you're doing venues, you add venues along the way, right? That makes sense to fill the gaps.
That's going to be happening right just now that with the Journey dates are set. They'll fill in dates around those counties and stuff.
Now I know Steve has or had been doing some gigs as part of Ringo Starr's All-Star Band, yeah?
Yes, yeah, and he performs. Actually, they perform Rosanna. And they perform Hold the Line live still with that. So, which I'm ecstatic about the fact that Ringo plays drums on those two songs. Okay, that's like a pinch me moment right there.
Yeah.
And
really
Lukather's, he's the band. I mean, he's the driving force behind that band. That's what Jim Keltner says. Jim should know. And it's a great band, and it's a great show. I highly recommend it if you get a chance to see it.
I've seen them a couple of times, one in an indoor venue, one in an outdoor venue, both fantastic. And the way that they put people together, I know.
It's not boring. It's like seeing 6 different artists,
Oh yeah. I mean, you get to see like Todd Rundgren and, I mean, it changes periodically. It's not always the same, but I mean, for a while it was Todd Rundgren and I think Colin Hay from Men at Work.
They have Colin Hay now, and they have Edgar Winter, and they have Hamish Stewart from Average White Band.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's
Richard Page, which is really great.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
It really is cool.
That's why I grabbed Greg Bissonette from that band to play drums on 2 of the records.
Do you have anything else coming up or projects in the works, or are you going to be taking a little break before this upcoming Toto tour?
I'm currently involved in helping the Eastman School of Music back in New York. They're archiving my father's arrangements, and they're using them for curriculum back there as a class to teach. And they're starting a vocal department. So I just had about a dozen arrangements scanned for a vocalist and string orchestra and send them back to Rochester School of Music, because they're going to perform them and record them and start doing classes with these arrangements. So it's a little bit of a little bit of altruism involved in my life right now, and I like to think of it anyway. And helping the undergraduates come up, helping the guy behind you stand on your shoulders, so they can keep jazz alive,
And where can people go to follow you and Toto on various social media platforms?
They can go on, I'm having a website built right now, by the way. I know I'm way behind the curve here, but you can go on probably the Toto website, or you can follow along on, I do Instagram and TikTok.
David, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I really want to thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, David Paich.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. And I just want to say how grateful we are to all the fans and friends and family out there. We couldn't have done it without you. Toto's very blessed, and we count our blessings every day. And we love our fans, and God bless all of you.
Well, and I know they love you too.